I just pulled up to Lambeau Field. Yesterday's drive was a very, very long drive. Drove all the way from Traverse City, Michigan, north over the Mackinac Bridge. Drove the entire Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is amazing. If you ever get a chance to do that drive, I highly recommend it. There is a reason why they call it the Midwest Coast. Anyway, arrived here last night in Green Bay, and I had to make a stop at Lambeau Field. So here I am. They actually have a Green Bay Packer Hall of Fame. I'm gonna go check that out. And then I'm heading over to Von Stiehl Winery. It's about 30 minutes from here. And at some point, I gotta catch a Butterburger. So come with me and let's go see what Von Stiehl is pouring for us today. There are stadiums and then there are cathedrals. In the world of professional sports, few places command the level of respect, history, and pure reverence as this one. Welcome to 1265 Lombardi Avenue. Welcome to the frozen tundra. Lambeau Field isn't just a building, it is the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL. Standing here, looking up at that brick and steel, you realize this is a sacred site. When you walk out of the tunnel and that bowl opens up before you, the air changes. You can almost hear the echoes of the past. This is where the Ice Bowl was fought. This is where legends were forged in the cold Wisconsin air. While the stadium has been modernized with the massive atrium and the vibrant Titletown district surrounding it, the soul of this place remains untouched. It feels electric, even when the seats are empty. It is a monument to the game of football itself. But to truly understand the weight of this place, you have to go inside to the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame. Located right here on the main floor of the atrium, this is the premier museum of the sport. It is a celebration of over a century of grit and glory. As you walk through the interactive exhibits, you are witnessing the timeline of a dynasty. The trophies, the rings, the threads of history. It is an overwhelming display of excellence. The names immortalized here are the architects of the NFL: Vince Lombardi, Bart Starr, Reggie White, Brett Favre, Charles Woodson. This Hall of Fame honors them all. It's a shrine to the storied franchise that put Green Bay on the map. Seeing their lockers and hearing their stories up close, you understand why this team is owned by the fans. It is personal here. It is deep. A visit to Lambeau Field is the ultimate fan experience. It is historic, it is iconic, and standing here in the heart of Titletown, you realize this is hallowed ground. So I just had to taste this on camera. This is a lot of fun. This is Von Stiehl Winery here in Algoma, Wisconsin. We're way out on a point out on Lake Michigan, and actually they do some cruises here where the cruises stop and they come in here to the winery and do a tasting. Pretty cool. But I had to give this dry cherry wine a go. It's pretty rare. I've never seen it before, so I've definitely had to try it. I've tasted sweet cherry wine before, never a dry cherry wine. You can see the bottle behind me right here, and this is made with Door County cherries, so local cherries. And this is a sweet bottle, but they actually told us that Dr. Von Stiehl, the doctor, actually used to wrap the bottle in cast material, like the old cast for your bones, to keep the light out of the bottles, because he knew you weren't supposed to have light inside the bottles because it affected the wine negatively. So he actually wrapped the wines. Now they just do it in a nice plastic wrap. But anyway, I've got this dry cherry wine. Let's give it a go on the nose. Wow. That is cherry. If you could ever, there's a little bit of Bing to me. That's definitely a Bing cherry, and but it does not come off sweet at all. Let's give it a go on the palate.
and that is a dry cherry wine. It's hard to even describe any other flavors for me outside of cherry, but it's definitely dry and extremely drinkable. And actually, if you're in kind of a spring day, this would probably be great out in sunshine, hanging out on a great spring day right next to Lake Michigan or on this river right here. So anyway, if you get by, grab the opportunity to try the dry cherry wine.
History is usually written in books, but here on the shores of Lake Michigan, history is bottled. This is Algoma, Wisconsin, and standing before us is a pioneer. Founded in 1967 by Dr. Charles Stiehl, the Von Stiehl Winery holds the prestigious title of being Wisconsin's oldest licensed winery. The story of this place goes back much further than the 60s. The building itself is a relic, a Civil War era structure dating back to the 1860s. When you walk through these doors, you are stepping into the past. Beneath the tasting room lies original limestone tunnels, cool, quiet, and shadowed. These underground corridors were once used for lagering beer, but today they serve a more refined purpose, the silent, slow aging of wines. The atmosphere down here is heavy with time. You can feel it. But Von Stiehl is not stuck in the past. They are perfecting the present. From the French hybrid grapes grown at their own Stony Creek vineyard to the famous Door County fruit wines, this family-owned operation masters the delicate balance between tradition and modern production. They craft over 40 varieties here, complex Rieslings, bold reds, and the dried cherry wines that have secured gold medals and placed Wisconsin wine on the national stage. Whether it's a cider, a spirit, or a vintage drawn from the barrel, the standard here is excellence. It is a blend of historic charm and the relentless pursuit of flavor. Von Stiehl serves up a deep dive into the heritage of the state of Wisconsin, served one glass at a time.
Had to sit down at this table, by the way, in front of this hutch filled with all these old wine bottles, which are super cool. On the table right here is one of those cast-covered wine bottles. You can see the doctor used his cast material, like the cast you put when you break a bone, put that right on the bottle. I guess he has a patent for that. Pretty cool. It's supposed to protect the wine from the light. So anyway, here I'm trying the Von Stiehl Dolcetto. The Dolcetto is an Italian grape variety. This comes from Amador, I think is the name of the area, which is right outside of Sacramento. Eager to give this a try. Let's give it a go in the nose. Interesting. That comes off a little like red plum, kind of leaning towards a blue plum. And then they get a little bit of spice. There's like almost like a cardamom to this. Let's give it a go on the palate and see if that holds up. Definitely, that cardamom does hold up. You get that plum flavor, and there's just a little bit of oakiness to it. Overall, this is a good representation of Dolcetto from the U.S. anyway. Just came upstairs at Von Stiehl. Wow, what a find. This is the members only lounge here at Von Stiehl. I feel very, very upper class right now. This is pretty awesome. With me, I brought up their Old Vine Merlot. This Old Vine Merlot is actually from Lodi, and the grapevines are over 50 years old. So what that leads to is smaller grapes on the vine and supposed to be more concentrated flavor in the grapes. I'm really looking forward to giving this a try, so let's give it a go on the nose. Oh, you get cherries, you get a little bit of spice there. Kind of like I want to say like a white pepper there, and a little bit of like rosemary, something along those lines. Let's give it a go on the palate. Now red cherry, maybe it's all the red cherries in this neck of the woods that just kind of make everything taste like cherry maybe. But anyway, definitely get the red cherry, and there definitely is a spice that holds on. It's like a very light black pepper, almost to the white pepper kind of range. Really, a really good wine. Not grapes from Wisconsin, but they import them in from Lodi and do a great job with the wine. And while I've been sitting here, I happened to notice something that I have to mention on camera too. How cool is this? I'm drinking Old Vine Merlot from Lodi, and it just so happens this coffee table right here is actually an old case for wines, and specifically it's labeled Merlot. Pretty appropriate, totally accidental. Pretty cool. Just finished the wine tasting here at Stiehl Winery on a very rainy day in Algoma, Wisconsin. The tasting was a lot of fun. If you get by, the wine club is very unique. They send you a couple bottles, but they pair it with local Wisconsin cheese when they ship it to you. I'm excited to see what comes in my first shipment because I decided to go ahead and give that a try. Maybe we'll do that on camera when it shows up. Anyway, I'm excited to get a butter burger here in Green Bay and see which wine from Stiehl pairs best with it. So come with me and let's go give the butter burger a go.
In the land of the dairy state, there is a culinary religion, and the butter burger is its sacrament. This is a rich, savory icon of Wisconsin culture, and there's one place in Green Bay that has elevated this comfort food into a legacy: Kroll's East. For over 86 years, Krolls has served customers from all walks of life, from factory workers to presidents to Packers legends like Bob Mann. This building is designated historic site. The basement was dug out by horses. The green tiles were imported from Italy. When you sit in these booths, surrounded by the Shower family legacy, you are sitting in a time capsule of Green Bay history. But the true history is found on the plate. Here, they do not cut corners. High quality Black Angus beef, a charcoal seared patty, and the defining signature, the toasted, hard semmel roll. When the Wisconsin butter melts into the crown of the toasted bun and mixes with the stewed onions, it creates a flavor profile that is impossible to replicate. Simple ingredients, unmatched quality, Kroll's East is a Wisconsin-born rite of passage.
Here I am at Krolls, and I came here for the butter burger, but I had to step it up a notch, and I went with the butter burger with the brat on top. Check that out, and it's delicious. It's fantastic. And by the way, I gotta show you something else. Super cool. So this is an old school place, been around for a long time. You can hit this button. Well, back in the day, you could hit that button, and it would put up orders. It would signal them to come take your orders, kind of like the flight attendant button on the plane. And now it's just an annoying buzzer system for the bartender, so I'm trying not to annoy him. But anyway, this butter burger with the bratwurst is a must if you get by Krolls. And they are very proud of their homemade onion rings, and they are delicious. They live up to the billing. So anyway, if I was gonna pair this with some wine, I'm gonna have to go with the Merlot. I kind of need a middle of the road wine, and that Old Vine Merlot from Lodi from Stiehl would be perfect with this meal if you had to match one of their wines with this meal. Anyway, that's gonna do it from Wisconsin, and I hope I get to see you somewhere on the wine trail.